The simple chocolate cupcake is definitely making a revival here on my channel. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Opal Bakes. Today we are working on some chocolate cupcakes for a special occasion or a birthday. Don't mind my little one, he's just making a bit of noise in the background. We're going to get this done nice and quick. So we're going to make some basic chocolate cupcakes with a chocolate buttercream to go on top. Perfect for any occasion, birthday party, children's birthday party. So let's roll the clips. Also, let me put on my apron because that would be good print. First, preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius. So for your dry ingredients, you will need 110 grams of plain flour, 31 grams of cocoa or a third of a cup, 150 grams of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon bicarbonate of soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of granulated coffee. For your wet ingredients, you will need half a cup of buttermilk, half a cup of brewed coffee, a quarter of a cup of oil, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and lastly, 1 egg. Time to combine your dry ingredients. Your sugar in with your flour, your cocoa powder, espresso powder, bicarbonate of soda, salt, and your half teaspoon of baking powder. And give that all a really good whisk to combine. Next, combine your wet ingredients, your oil, vanilla extract, and the egg. Whisk until a nice pale yellow colour. Then add your buttermilk. Whisk that through and then combine with your dry ingredients. The batter was a little thin, so I tossed in a little added flour to thicken it up a bit. Pour your batter into a Pyrex jug to get it ready to distribute amongst your patty pans. Next, line your muffin pan with cupcake liners. Next, get a kitchen scale and we will weigh out our batter into the patty pans to make sure that the cupcakes bake nice and evenly. I'm going to do maybe about 60 grams here. However, later in the video you'll find out why this may be just a little bit too much, so perhaps try 50 grams per cupcake for your attempt. Place your muffin pans into a preheated fan-forced oven at 160 degrees and set the timer for about 20 minutes. When your cupcakes are done, get a wire rack and place them on there to cool. Now we're going to do a troubleshooting hack here, guys, because what has happened is my muffins or my cupcakes have spilled around the sides because I overfilled them. It's the first time I have made this recipe in cupcake form, so I wasn't sure on the amount that I should be measuring out. So what I'm going to craftily do is just trim the sides and make the cupcake nice and even around the sides there. And remember, we're going to be icing them, so it doesn't really matter how pretty they look underneath. Okay Guys, now that our cupcakes are done, not perfect, but they're done, we will now be making our chocolate buttercream to go on top. And this is a very simple condensed milk based buttercream that doesn't involve any sifting of icing sugar or anything. It's just nice and simple. So I thought you guys might enjoy this recipe, especially for busy mums on the go that don't have time for sifting and faffing about basically. Now for this simple buttercream you will need 165 grams of butter, 35 grams of sweetened condensed milk and 100 grams of dark chocolate. First, melt your dark chocolate in the microwave in bursts of 30 seconds. Once mostly melted, stir until nice and smooth. Then set aside to cool. While your chocolate cools, you can begin beating your butter. You can use a hand mixer for this. Beat until light and fluffy. When your butter is nice and fluffy, you can stop there and then add your sweetened condensed milk. Remember to scrape down the bowl now and again and mix until well combined. Lastly, add your cooled melted chocolate and thoroughly combine with the hand mixer. And congratulations, you now have a lovely, no grit, silky chocolate buttercream. Then grab a piping bag and your tip of choice. I'm just using this simple open star tip. And slowly, working clockwise from the center, move your piping tip around, hovering just above the surface of the cupcake to form a beautiful rosette. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make the simple and humble chocolate cupcake. I still feel like it has a place in any baker's repertoire. So I hope we bring back a revival, and I think it's worth it, don't you? I mean, isn't that gorgeous? And that buttercream is just so shiny, and this makes just a nice amount, about probably 12 cupcakes. I made 11 because I did overfill my cupcake pans a little bit too much, and hey, we're bakers, we're all in this community together, we're all learning and we all still make mistakes. So I also showed you how to troubleshoot one of those mistakes, which was overfilling the pans and having the batter spill everywhere, but simply by cutting and rounding off the edges, you would not even know there was a problem underneath. So in saying that, let's give these a try. Here are my scraps from earlier. See, they do have a purpose, don't they? All right, here is my buttercream. The simple chocolate cupcake is definitely making a revival here on my channel. This is amazing. All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. I hope you do try these at home. And I will see you next time on my channel for more baking passion, more baking errors, and more baking. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Want some?